Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to Pro and Noob. We have just finished Attack on Titan Season 3. Return to Shiganshina. Those last 4 episodes. Done. My personal benchmark for TV finales. Personally. Right. But Mitch 692. Jarod, the different Jedi. Before you start, because obviously now you know about Marley.
Yeah.
I want you haven't got to do it right now necessarily, but you can if you want. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let you do it. Let's go episode 1.
Of us?
Attack on Titan. I'm going to link you in the private chat real quick.
Okay. You're going episode 1 of the television series Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan, yes.
Number 1.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read Japanese, so.
Is it in Japanese? Anyway, the first title is to you 2,000 years ago. Right. Don't worry about that. I want you to look at that title card.
Hold on. Let me bring it closer to me because it's on my monitor, not my laptop.
Granted, it's dark. It's very dark.
And it doesn't help that the monitor's a little burnt out, so colors don't show up right over there quite right. Not
let me know
out, but it's a little dim. It is now.
Right? I want you to look at what's on the left-hand side of that. I also want you to look at what's behind the 0. It's a fucking boat.
It's a ship. Oh my God.
And then you have the wall on the right. The wall on the right with the Titans. I told you, Attack on Titan's built different, Jarod. It's just built different.
Oh my God.
Again, benchmark for TV endings. Just maybe not even that. Maybe just endings in general. Just in general.
Can I say something?
That's the point. That's why we're here. That's why I'm here at 20 to 4 in the morning on a Sunday morning.
So sorry. I got home from work. I was like, hey, Mitch, you want to do Pro and Noob? We didn't plan on this at all, but there was a part of me that was like, I know we're going to try to do at least 1 or 2 episodes, probably 2 episodes on Monday. Maybe, just maybe, we'll just start at season 4.
I also really just want to point out before you get into the weeds of your own thought there. This man at one point very recently said, I can't do the weekend. I have work. Since then, we have just crammed in the rest of season 3 in 2 days. Exactly what I knew was going to happen.
Because I've been thinking about Attack on Titan.
I know, Jarod. I knew you were saying one thing. I knew you were going to do another.
What do you mean I was saying one thing? Acting like I haven't loved this show the whole fucking
time. No, that's not what I was getting emphasized. That's not what I was getting emphasized. Just you're like, no, I can't fit this in. We have to, work schedules, life stuff. Totally fine. I knew this was going to happen regardless.
I saw an opening. Listen, I normally only did that to spare you from what we're doing right now.
I'm not saying it against you. I'm just saying how deeply funny I found it. Do you know how much like Aaron I have felt this entire fucking season of Pro and Noob?
Why is that?
Because I'm getting like fucking shit from all over the place. I'm seeing the code, Jarod. That's what I'm fucking seeing.
What's really funny is you were on the verge of doing the fucking Alex Jones, like, I'm in the Matrix. I see them. Like,
I've been to was it the 7th heaven or is that 5th heaven?
He says something similar to that. You're not far off. It's
Yeah.
that funny thing where it's like oh my God. The thing that's fucked up, I'm like emotionally overstimulated.
That was the plan. That was the
Like,
plan. I also want to just make it abundantly clear. I had no idea how to split these up. I couldn't put anything with the last week's batch with the trolley problem. I could not put the basement with that. Just couldn't do it because that was going to dominate everything else.
All we would have talked about.
Exactly. Couldn't do it. And then, because we do 3 at a time for convenience more than anything, it left the one. I was like, I can't leave that one. I have to, I can't split it into 2 because the 4 episodes kind of talk all about the same, they just go over the same thing and mold this twist into what it is. It's like we've just flipped the world upside down. We had to kind of let it settle slightly.
So we end up with 4. Upset I don't have that much whiskey left. We have enough.
We're getting junk dragged 2 weeks in a row.
No, okay. First, I wasn't that drunk. I had a really good
man sat here and proclaimed, "I'm drunk. Shut up." No.
I was being hyperbolic. I had a really good buzz going, and I got loose.
Yeah. I apologize to Travis. I don't know if he told you or
not. He did. He always says, I asked him, like, did Mitch send you a message? He laughed and said, yeah. I don't know what you actually said, which is funny to me. But
I said, here's what I said. Jarod just watched Irvin die and Armin become a Titan on Pro and Noob. I'm sorry for how drunk he is right now.
Okay. But real quick, back to what I was saying about being emotionally overstimulated.
Yes.
Functionally, this show can't happen if I were to do what I want to do. I don't even want to wear my headphones right now. Like, I very rarely get the, like, I can feel my skin touching my skin and I want to claw my face off, kind of like overstimulated. I feel the headphones. I can feel every piece of, like, cushion. And I'm like, I'm so overwhelmed. This is the issue with this. This is one of the fundamental problems and, like, drawbacks of Pro and Noob as an experiment and as a format.
This is why I like doing arcs.
I am so overwhelmed. I feel like I have nothing to say. I am so, like, I am speechless. I have been rendered speechless.
Attack on Titan, baby.
And these are one of those instances where not only am I speechless because, like, and maybe this is because of too much Space Wizards, I am the type of person that when I am engaging with a text that is really moving to me, I end up separating its parts. Because I can kind of, like, route power to appreciate the magnitude of the storytelling and how well in conversation with itself it is, and the characters and the richness. And then I can reroute power to, what is this about?
Yeah.
And they go hand in hand a lot of the time, but, like, a lot of the time, like, I find myself enjoying being able to talk about, like, amazing storytelling and the ideas as separate things that come together in the end. And I'm fighting for my life to do that right now and, like, form coherent thoughts, because on one hand, wow, just what thrilling, satisfying storytelling we have on our hands. And I'm going to sniffle a little bit. It's going to be loud, so I'm going to mute.
While he's doing that, I want to point out a funny. This man sat here and proclaimed, "I am right" again, and hasn't been right since.
In what way?
Zeke is Ervin's father. Wrong.
Oh, yeah.
Everything about the Titans new
You
enough.
know what's funny? I said that, and then we got lost in another piece of conversation. It's funny because I realized that as I was sitting down, I was like, oh, I had a really funny joke I didn't get to make. Because I wanted to make a joke about I like talk about, oh, it might be Erwin's father. And then I had a moment where I went, God, wouldn't it be funny if this show just throws an absolute monkey wrench in that in the funniest way and lets Zeke have a no, Aaron, I'm your father moment? And I was like, God, how funny would that be? And it turns out the fuckers are related.
Step brothers.
But I just it's just such. Okay, I'm going to try really hard, and I apologize to the audience. I need to get this big idea thought out, and I think this might be the beginning of me being able to process this. What I think is incredible is where the storytelling and the big ideas and like meaning meet is the motif of the sea. And it's not something we've really talked about. And it was something that I was curious about how it would manifest. And that's kind of why I held off on bringing it up.
Which it always interested me because they've shown, we'll talk about it a bit more later on, but they've shown the shot of Aaron's shadow, the shell, and the sea at least 3 times since season 2. Because the shadow where it's at that sort of an angle is part of the season 2 ending, where it's showing you a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
And obviously this season starts with the shot of the beach. You have the 49 ending, and the shell is in there.
I have not come to the sea because I have been of two minds with what the sea represents. And it's been one of those things where I didn't want to muddy the conversation because I knew I would go down a rabbit hole on it. And I was like, I will just unpack everything I've been thinking up to this point. And I'm really glad I did because it gives us a really good focusing lens up top for what is going to be a really hard episode for me to get through of this show. I was always stuck on, is the sea a symbol of new beginnings and of hope? Or is the sea something to be conquered?
It's a bit of both.
But that was the thing. I was like, because I felt like the show, I felt like we were going to be building towards something where this ends at the sea. And it ends at the sea, like existing as this kind of like nexus point between those two ideas. And that the show would either ask a question in a way where the question is asked in such a way with such finality that like one need not bother answer. You know, like, you know, reorganizing deck chairs on the Titanic kind of thing. Or the show would end with an answer and leave you with it to just hold on to. I was not expecting the final run to begin with the question of new beginnings or conquest, hope or dread. Do you find excitement and joy in the unknowable, in what could represent an endless number of futures and whatever, or does its vastness breed a need to control and conquer it? And I think part of why I could not go into this episode of Pro and Noob with, oh my God, that was so crazy. And oh, I was kind of right about this. And I was kind of right. And like being excited about like, oh, it is a century-long false flag. Oh my God. Like, you know, and this vast conspiracy, and that there are hands beyond what we can see moving this they're cosmically like there was the war between Marley and how do you say the Titan?
Eldia.
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 Like the war between Eldia and Marley is a thing, but like there seems like there's a cosmic power at play bigger than that. And
there's something at play, right?
You know, I am proud of the fact that I use the specific phrase of it feels like religious apocrypha I'm not supposed to be seeing. You know, I wanted to go into this going, oh my god, like this is thrilling. Oh, like you know, these are the kind of stories I love, like a supernatural conspiracy, and there's something like the mystery elements. It's so exciting for me. And then I saw Aaron stand at the shore, and I have nothing but pity for him. And you know, I've spent so much of Pro and Noob looking at Aaron as like, you know, I've heard this character has some fashy things going on, and like I'm gonna plug that from my mind because I hear takes from other people that I think are absolutely absurd. So maybe people are wrong, but then he says and he does things, and I'm like, oh man, that you know that's the coding of somebody who's already in a pipeline, and you know, and I'm like, oh, he's annoying, and you know, he's a very compelling character, and we do bits. I want to give this kid a hug. I'm being so serious right now. Like this is this is a story for me. You know, I love when I get to listen to parents talk about how parenthood affects the way they watch certain stories or like experience stories in media. And I don't have that because I'm not a parent, but like I am a devoted big brother. And beyond the grandness and this just how big everything is in this show, for the first time everything came to a screeching halt for me, and I just wanted to like put my arm around this kid's shoulder and say, hey, you're feeling a lot of things.
He's in an awkward phase.
Things that was so funny. Things that have no business being thrust upon you. Let's take a minute. Let's breathe. Let's talk through it. Like I want a big brother Aaron. Because like I have so much sympathy for this child, and my heart is breaking for him because I feel like I just watched a monster get born.
You watched something.
I feel like I just saw a monster be created because there are few things I think worse in this world and worse in life than finding out something you have been completely and utterly devoted to is bullshit. And not only finding out it was bullshit, but finding out that you have been set upon yourself and people like you and had them made to feel as though they are your enemy and your adversary. And watching this kid who grew up with so much hatred and animus for Titan kind, who then was given such a personal, deep, visceral reason to feel that animus and hatred.
By his own people, by the way.
Yeah.
Just want to point that out. Because you can't be a Titan unless you're an Eldian.
It's it's seeing all that manifest that I like. Because there was a brief moment where I went, oh no, we're at a crossroads. And it's when they find that one almost engorged Titan.
That might be the most saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. because it completely reframes how you see Titans.
Yeah.
Because not only have you does it pan out and you see how far it's traveled and how the grass has grown back. That's how slow this thing's moving to the wall. It lingers on its eye, and for the first time, you see Titans as people. And Eren sees a Titan as a person.
And it's the moment...
Rips me high, I'll tell you.
It's the moment he chooses to spare the Titan where I go... For a moment, I go, oh my God, he's learned mercy. And go, this kid might do something great. But the moment he said, whatever he says to the effect of like, they too are an Eldian.
It's a fellow compatriot. It's the same thing his dad says.
It's a fellow patriot. Yeah. When I was like, oh, no. Like, you're learning the wrong lessons. You're like, and it's... Well, again, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry to Mitch. I'm sorry to everybody at home that I'm so scatterbrained.
Right. How far off are you finishing that thought?
That's it on that thought. Basically, what I'm trying to say is the thrilling and the thrilliness of the answers and the action is all incredible, and I loved all of it. So revelatory, so many like secrets on secrets on secrets on secrets. Those are all incredible. What I find myself so affected by, again, going back to the concept of the sea, is it to be conquered or is it to be adventured? Is that like this was a proxy war for a war that has been cold and is ready to be waged again and go very, very hot. And we just took this one kid that was radicalized to be so willing and ready and able to lay down his life, to now give him an enemy to be more angry with, and how the only reason that the Marleyan oppression of the Eldians exists is because they were put upon and they were subjected to, force and violence. And it's just kind of sitting here, and I've never looked at a story about cyclical violence and felt more powerless in my life. That's the end of that thought.
Inherited hate. Right. Because there's some things I want to touch on. And
we're dancing, and I need you to lead.
Yeah.
I need you to lead.
We'll get back to the scene in a minute because I need to talk about that a bit more.
I was pantomiming my hand on your waist, and I was like, I said, I need you to lead, so that I put my hand on your shoulder and said, I need you to lead.
Whatever. It's fine. When you saw the basement reveal, because I adore that thing, because they subvert every single fucking thing in that. It's like, oh, cool, we're at the fucking door. We're here. Da, 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 da. Oh, key don't fit. What the fuck's that about? It's a wooden door. Fuck it. Kick it down. That's an elbow, but you know what I mean. Go in there. Oh, it's just a standard office. There's nothing special here whatsoever. Oh, but wait. There's a secret lock. And then one of my favorite things I think a story's ever done, because it's the most mundane fucking reveal you could have done. Here's a fucking photograph. But in the context of the show and where they are and where they're at technology-wise, it's like, that's a fucking photograph. What the fuck is that doing there?
Yeah.
Crazy reveal.
Well, there was a brief moment where I went, oh, yeah, it's a photo. Because, like, I think if I may nitpick a little bit, I really wish we didn't see them with flashlights.
But
that's way different. I'm just saying.
Literally just made. Like,
sure, but there was a part of me that went like, oh, yeah, it's a photograph. And I went, oh, my God, it's a photograph. And I there was a part of me that was like, oh yeah, because like the technological advancement of the Eldians is like something that is kind of weird, because they do have stuff that is like, they have some like steampunk futurism tech, like the ODM gear and the Thunder Spears, and we have flashlights now, and like guns that just look like Glocks and not like flintlock pistols or 6-shooters. Like it just looks like pop, 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 pop. With like semi-automatic fire. Like it, the breadth of their
They're
technology.
in a weird place technology wise.
Yeah, and granted, it also speaks volumes that they have basically had to evolve in such a way where their technological advancement has been focused on weaponry and practical application, and not travel, like the Marlians have the opportunity to be able to have blimps and cars and shit.
Well done.
Thank you. I did not realize I was going to have to bust out my structural oppression hat, making me flex all of my muscles because I do not have a sociology degree, but I listen to a lot of people who do. Yeah, and like, but all that to say, like, there's so many instances where like they are kind of technologically advanced in a way that is so unique and so specific that like I didn't have the immediate freak out.
No one
photo.
does. I don't think you're supposed to, because it's good. It's obviously we're so used. Even when Attack on Titan came out, like photos on social media weren't like they are now, but they were getting to that point. Obviously, when season 3 came out, it was at that point already. But
yeah, like I said,
it's so mundane. So you just don't think about it. That's the genius behind it.
Yeah,
I absolutely adore it. So it does take you a second to realize, like, it's like it's too detailed to be a painting. It's like, what are you talking about? It's like, oh no, it's a fucking photograph. That's crazy. That shit is crazy.
Yeah,
Isayama was 19 when he wrote Attack on Titan, but
I've come to the conclusion that anybody writing a manga or anime, while I appreciate their art, need deep psychiatric help.
Oh yeah. Not all of them, granted. Isayama probably could have done with something. Probably no.
But
hey.
But yeah, no, you're right. It is an incredible reveal, and it's. I also like the way that like the everything that happens in the cellar is so indicative of the nature of the mystery of the show.
Mm-hmm.
Is that okay? Well, we need to get into the door, but the key doesn't fit. Mm. We're fighting monsters. We'll kick the door down. Mm. Some people are the monsters. We'll go in a little further. Well, some people can just turn into the monsters, I guess. Oh, we found a keyhole in the desk and it fits. All the monsters are people. Mm-hmm. Open it up again. Okay, well, it's empty. There's like a weird royal conspiracy and people's memories are being wiped, but things feel pretty self-contained.
Which I find really funny because I think they've said that twice now before this. I want to say that was the whole King Fritz wiping Eldian memories out. In Parody, I can say the fucking name now. It's been so hard. It's been so hard to say Parody. But yeah, I'm certain the whole Kenny and I can never remember the name of that guy who's got the founding title at that point. But like, I'm certain he had that conversation about it. During Irvin's death charge, Zeke crumbles that one boulder into dust. He's like, why am I getting so worked up about it? He specifically says they've had their memory, like the whole memory thing's gone. And it's such a throwaway little bit of lore. And it's like, what are you talking about? But then you get like here to these 4, the end of season 3. And it's like, yeah, they just wiped everything.
Yeah. And again, it's at like, oh, it's a false bottom. And that feels like the final reveal. of like, and here's the truth. Like they kind of synchronize with each other at that moment where we look at the books. I was taken aback by and kind of shocked by how metaphysical things have gotten very quickly with this weird, almost like subconscious time travel element. That
you shouldn't be calling it time travel. There's a specific phrase that I think you should be using, and I think you know what I'm talking about.
You're trying to get me to say memory gauntlet?
No, more pro and noob, not TNAP. We had this revelation actually on TNAP.
I know, it's human instrumentality. I know.
No.
What?
Collective unconscious.
Oh yeah, that.
But we'll get to that in a second.
Why does every anime make me want to listen to Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers?
Because Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers is from every anime, Jarod. That's why.
I hope you find some peace of mind in this lifetime. Anyway,
we'll get to that because there's a lot to talk about with that bit. But basement.
Shit. I lost my train of thought. Hold on. I need to get it back. There is the fuck.
You're saying metaphysical.
Oh yes, the metaphysics. We're like there's like it's and like the collective unconscious of it all. But I mean like the weird like the almost psychic time travel element.
We'll get to that in a minute. We'll get to that.
I feel like, and when I say this, I need everybody at home to know this is not a complaint. This is not me trying to poke holes. This is none of that because Papa loves a bootstrap paradox. I love a bootstrap paradox. I'd slap a bitch for a bootstrap paradox. And that bit where Aaron starts talking about, you have to save Mikasa and Armin. Who the fuck is that?
Okay. Let's just. We're gonna get back. We'll get back to. We will get back to.
I want a bootstrap.
The whole Marley reveal with young Grisha and his sister, who, by the way, young Grisha's voiced by Deku. I literally found that. I found that out today. I laughed.
You want to know when I found that out?
How?
Today, while I was watching it, and Taylor was making dinner, and she went,
"Yeah,
that's Izuku Midoriya," and I went, "Son of a bitch, you're right."
It only clocked for me when him and his dad are arguing after the police had been, because he shouts, and I was like, "That's fucking Deku. I know that voice." Anyway, neither here nor there. It's just a little funny.
I have one skill, and it's identifying voice actors.
Indeed.
Well, congratulations, Taylor.
Congratulations,
Taylor.
Watch The Road to Doomsday.
The second skill is ironically referencing Neon Genesis without having watched it. Incredible.
There's a bootstrap paradox for you. Us making eye contact even though I'm looking here and not here. Mm-hmm. And that was kind of haunting. It is still... It felt like Wanda looking at the camera and Multiverse of Madness.
I felt the just straight away. Again, not even looking there, looking here. Specifically right there. Right in my eyes eye now. I was just locked in. That was an incredible moment. One of my favorite things I've ever done in my life. What an experience. That was. Anyway, Marley.
Right.
Oh, Marley. How are we feeling? Obviously, I know how you're feeling. I'm not going to subject people to the minute and 17-second voice message I got. Because it's very familiar. Very oddly familiar.
What do you mean?
Well, just Marley as a whole. Very feels kind of relevant. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
golden stars, blue uniforms.
there are a lot of things that feel familiar about Marley, and in part it is due to the way that humanity's greatest evils will always, always, always resemble each other. Because it is born out of the same psychological rot.
History doesn't always repeat, but it often rhymes.
Indeed. And again, like maybe I'm oversimplifying it, but like it just truly is this horrific cycle of violence. It just truly is, like one group seizes power because they feel powerless, and then their newfound power, they subjugate a people, and those people rise up and subjugate them in turn, and you create a self-perpetuating motion machine of I must subjugate you as recompense for my subjugation. And
inherited hate.
I think honestly,
also a lot of walls. No, I find it deeply funny that Marley has their own set of walls.
Yeah,
it's like for audience.
But what I think is interesting is what you're saying with inherited hate, and kind of like distilling that down to like a kind of like bite-sized, no pun intended for what I'm about to say, but kind of like a bite-sized,
or the show in general,
but just like a bite-sized like idea to kind of cover it all in one fell swoop. To me, like it gives new, brilliant symbolic meaning to the idea that the transfer of Titan power happens through consuming another human being. That like to gain power, you must completely and utterly destroy someone else in a very visceral way. It is inherited hate. Not only am I inheriting your power, I'm taking it from you by just not only taking a part of you with me, but just like annihilating you. It is the most terrifying thing about life, is that we exist through consuming the living. And it is almost this really almost eldritch example of that, to say, for you to get this power that is so highly sought after, you must consume. You must consume of human
and consume
power.
Your own, because it's only your own that are allowed to have this. Because this is the main thing, the Marley stuff, obviously. I say the main thing, like the fucking Marley reveal doesn't just slap an entire fucking show's worth of lore on you in 25 fucking minutes. But this is obviously where, not entirely, I'm going to make this a point here, not entirely, but the season 2 outro comes into everything. Like I assume you figured.
Do you want to know how much you were spared a really loud noise? Whenever Grisha's father is like, 8,120 years ago, or whatever the fuck he says. I might be off by a digit.
The devil of all things, whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah, the devil of all things met with,
I think it's a weird if anyone does it, it's a weird translation thing. I think the sub says the devil of all earth, the dub says the devil of all things. It's the same fucking thing. Let's just agree to it.
But
the devil of all things makes a deal with Ymir. Hey, new Ymir. We should add. That
was another question I wanted to ask. Was that? We'll get to that. Put a pin in that.
It's not Ymir. It's not the Ymir you know.
I know that.
Not Freckles Ymir.
I know that. I have a specific question I want to unpack.
Sure.
And we'll save that for a minute here. But when he says that, and we see that image of the devil leaning down and making a deal with this girl, I let out such a blood-curdling fucking scream.
I think it's like, fuck you then. I was like, oh.
No,
he was that mad. It
wasn't a fuck you. It wasn't anger. It was like, I want to make one thing clear to people.
Classic American reactionism.
I enjoy making predictions about things because
like a lot of the internet does.
It's fun for me. Now, granted, I don't put a whole lot of stock in my predictions beyond
which is what a lot of the internet does, unfortunately.
To me, it's like, oh, it's cool, it's fun, and for me, like especially with something like this, it's exciting because a lot of what we have watched has had some mystery element to it. And as I've said before on Pro and Noob, while talking about this show, I like getting to play detective a little bit.
Yeah.
Especially when it's an art form I'm not super like intimately familiar with some of the storytelling kind of language, and
you have a different perspective.
I have a different perspective.
A different thought process.
And because of a lot of the media, both fictional and nonfiction that I consume that I really enjoy, sometimes I find myself at kind of a cross section of, I know so much about like fiction and like how these stories are told. And I also like, I enjoy fucking doomsday cults and like religious extremism because I find it fascinating. That with both Evangelion and Attack on Titan, like both of these, like the synapse in my brain where those two concepts are conjoined in my brain noodles, like start working like overtime and are like, wait, there's something here, there's something here, there's something here. You have trained yourself to notice these patterns. And I have fun when I crack the case. I have even more fun when I'm like, I can tell what's happening here, but I don't have the words to describe it. And it's why I kept using that phrase of like, it feels like religious apocrypha I can't translate. I understand what
not Eren Yeager. You know Grisha Yeager.
I know Grisha Yeager. Like I see, but honestly, there's a part of me that does kind of feel like Grisha in that moment where like I'm having this moment where I'm like,
it's obvious. Look at it.
I know what it's.
You haven't got to read it. Just look at the damn thing.
I know what you're telling me. I know, and that's the key word. I know what you're telling me. I don't know how you're telling me.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're telling me. I don't understand, but I know.
You get the broad strokes. You don't get the details.
Exactly. And again, like I'm so glad me from however weeks or months ago set the tone of religious apocrypha. Like, because that's what it fucking is. Like this feels like pages ripped out of Revelation that like you were never even supposed to make it into Revelation because it was too freaky deaky. Yeah. And holy shit. What I'm intrigued about learning is whether or not even that is correct. Beyond the founding Titan Ymir is actually benevolent and helped build this world, and then people reneged on her because they wanted her power for themselves. Like beyond that idea, there's a part of me that's like, what if all of you were still wrong? Because this is the thing, right? This whole show has been people who were this close to being right, but the this that they still have wrong, they're so fucking wrong about that it completely alters the DNA of the situation.
Well, because this is the thing that these 4 episodes, because you have that, and it's I think it's quite clearly a Marley interpretation because Ymir and the devil of all things. Yet when you have Kruger and Grisha talking, it's Ymir touched the origin of all life. Very two distinct polar opposite ways of looking at that.
Yeah.
Which one's correct? Which one's not? Are neither of them correct? Will we ever find out? Who knows? Oh, he's had the did. It's like Lost with the hatch. It's just opened for him the first time, and there's that flash.
What if the Ackermans are Marleyan? Because they have their own unique power set, and if there was like 2 separate, like basically based in bloodline, based in heritage, ethnicity, whatever power sets. Like one is, being a subject of Ymir. The other one is whatever the Ackermans can do, and the Ackermans did something that got them cast out of the king's court. Maybe there's something to that the Ackerman, maybe the Ackerman Marlinian, like, or Marlian, however you say it, interpretation is like the Ymir Titan stuff is of a devil figure because they serve something that gave them their abilities. That like enhanced speed and strength. And maybe the subjects of Ymir are like, again, equal and opposite things. It's what I think is interesting is that there's almost like a fantasy D&D style approach to like deities, if that's the case. That you are able to have like Selûne and Shar, you're able to have like equal and opposite gods who represent equal and opposite concepts and ideas and beliefs. They do not cancel each other out. And I use Selûne and Shar specifically because those two are rivals. They are twin sisters and they are rivals. Because one is the worship of the moon, and not just the moon, but kind of like the life that the night brings.
It's yin and yang. It's Master Order and Lord Chaos in Marvel. It's that sort of.
I might be so off base with that idea, but
who knows?
It came to me. It came to me.
Now, while we're on this bit, how's man feeling about there being 9 Titans? And you've now technically seen them all.
Interesting. Pause. We're gonna pause for 1 second. We're gonna pause for 1 second. Hold that thought. Okay,
but yes, back. You have seen. In fact, this is the second time you have seen all 9 Titans.
Okay.
Possibly the third.
Yeah. What were the first 1, maybe 2?
The season 2 outro. That shot that was a cracked in the outro that they have on the wall of those 9 figures and the woman. It's the 9 Titans.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And then there is another shot.
I thought you meant in action is what I thought you meant.
Oh, no. There is then another shot of the Titans. A more stylized, old, like Norse look at the Titans.
Like where they're like almost standing ready to be built into the wall.
No, it's just before that, actually. It's in this roughly the same bit. But there's just like a bunch of figures and like a crack in the ground, and there's specifically 9. And there's like a rendition of the Armored Titan, of the Quadruped, and all the other ones that we've seen so far.
All right, stop listing them for a second.
I wasn't going to list them all. I wasn't going to tell you because you haven't seen them all, Jarod. Also, I will apologize. I did accidentally. Not that you caught it, and in fact, you saved my ass when I did it. Because I said, you have the Attack Titan. And he went, it's the name of the show. I was like, yeah, it's the name of the show. Yeah, I totally made that on purpose, not accidentally just dropped the name of...
Can I be honest? I thought you meant to say Armored and misspoke.
No, I just straight up said Attack Titan. And that was the first time.
Question. Does the Founding Titan count as one of the 9?
Fountain Titan is one of the 9, yes. Yeah. You have the Founding.
So, and there is a finite amount. Hold on, because I want to read my list out. The abnormal Titan, what we were calling the abnormal Titans, we now know is a finite number of 9.
The intelligent Titans are 9.
Abnormal, intelligent, okay.
because they do class abnormals or something different. I just can't remember exactly what.
Oh, the
that
abnormals
was.
are like the weird. It can just be a weird shaped one. I think is how they
Is that
kind of
what it
described it.
was?
I think that's what it is. Like the. Anyway, all right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. By my count, we have 2 left. Attack Titan, Colossal Titan, Armored Titan, Beast Titan, Quadruped Titan, Founding Titan, Female Titan.
Mhm.
Am I right?
Guys, right. Founding Titan. Attack Titan.
Uh-huh.
Colossal Titan.
Uh-huh.
Beast Titan.
Uh-huh.
Armored Titan.
Uh-huh.
Female Titan.
Uh-huh.
Unnamed Quadruped Titan.
Uh-huh.
2. No, actually, no. We are currently missing 1.
Who am I missing?
You're forgetting Ymir. Unnamed Ymir Titan.
Okay. Oh, that makes it
And
even worse.
obviously, that's not a spoiler because the Marlians
No, you're right.
sent
You're right because she
Reiner,
ate something.
Berthold,
Yeah,
Annie. Yeah. They sent in 4 and Ymir ate 1. They just haven't named that specific one yet.
Okay, so
you're only missing the 1.
Okay, yeah. So my list is then Attack Titan, Colossal Titan, Armored Titan, Beast Titan, Quadruped, Founding, Female, Ymir.
Mm-hmm. Founder, but yeah. Oh no, no, sorry, yeah. This is why I hate the fact there's 2 fucking Ymirs. And in fact, you went on Eli's Star Wars in the Galaxy and you said "fuck Ymir," and I can't remember her name, but I can't remember if it exactly went this way, but I'm certain one of them replied talking about the Ymir, not Freckles Ymir, but kind of realized you weren't talking about the Ymir and just stopped talking.
Really?
I think so, yeah. I'm not 100% sure because I can't remember. All I know is you said Ymir and whoever it was said something back, and I just the shock of like, fuck, like, does she know which Ymir he's talking about? It's like, oh my fucking god.
I think I cleared it up when I went. Yeah, she just keeps doing shit.
Yeah, then that's when the conversation stopped on their end, and I'm like, oh, thank you. That would have been
flashbacks to Last Song Standing.
It was. I was this close to therapy.
Well, I know a good album for when you're going to therapy, but
yeah.
Okay.
9 Titans. Marley had control of 7. King Fritz. I think Carl Fritz. I think it's Carl Fritz who did the walls.
Okay, so the 2
had the founder.
The 2 would then be
the founder and the Attack Titan.
Yeah.
Because the Attack Titan, for some strange reason, is like sentient, I guess might be a word. It had its own, because Kruger kind of alludes to this. There's something's weird with the Attack Titan.
Yeah.
There's something there. It forges its own path. It wants freedom. Like the wings of freedom, dedicate your heart. Shinzo Osasagio. Dedicate your.
Oh, interesting. So you have one more. That's scary. That there's one
more to be revealed. 3 names.
I only have 3 names?
Yeah, because you don't know what Ymir's is called. You don't know what the Quadruped Titan's called. Because spoilers, that's not his name. You don't know what the last one is. So you have 3 names missing. You know 6.
So Colossal and Armored aren't actually what they're called. I mean, I assume that...
No, that's what they're called.
And Beast?
Beast is what it's called.
Okay, so then I have 1, 2, 3, 4 names.
The founding titan, the attack titan.
So I actually have 5.
Beast.
Founder, beast, armored, colossal, attack. I have 5 of the 4 names.
Female.
Is that just what it's called? The female titan?
Yeah.
Okay, then I have 6 names. So I
That's
just
what
need...
I'm saying. You're missing 3. Because there's 9. Ymir's Freckles Ymir.
Oh, I was hearing the inverse of what you were saying. To me, it sounded like you were saying I only knew 2 names.
No, you only need 3 names. You're missing 3.
Okay, we've talked about it a little bit here. I want to unpack Ymir, both of them.
I have a slight thing with Freckles Ymir, because Freckles Ymir, to me, the whole "I would have married you" thing. There's parts of it where I see that Isayama was trying to push it in that direction. It feels like a bit of a coward cop out to not push them more in that direction.
I understand what was happening there, and that like Ymir Freckles is so closed off that even if it was just a friendly relationship, which is what she allowed it to be kind of under the guise of, she still would have pushed her away a good bit in the name of like self-preservation.
She probably would have. I don't think it would have ever actually have happened. I don't think that was in
buy that Freckles Ymir as a character would only feel comfortable making this confession on her deathbed.
Yeah.
I buy that.
That's exactly what I was getting at.
I fully buy that as a character beat. Also,
I just think there could have been a bit more done that just to allude to that.
I saw it. No, I saw it. I didn't want to bring it up because okay, how is Japan about queerness? Because I get mixed
politically, it's still not legal for same-sex marriage.
Big L.
I think societal wise, it's like everywhere else. To be honest, there is a push for it, and there have been pushes for it. They are currently in the midst of the Epstein opinion pushback.
What do you mean?
So obviously everything. Well, because every right-wing talking point is just Epstein's opinion at this point. Let's be honest. Epstein gave the whole opinions for people.
Fair enough.
So the pushback against it is just Epstein talking points.
Like just weird groomer shit.
Yeah.
Fair enough. No, I bought it. I didn't mind it. I didn't bring it up because I was like, I don't want to extrapolate the meaning that I'm taking right now. And I think maybe this will get developed more. And I didn't want egg on my face.
That's fair.
So
I just don't think it was. There's a lot of subtleties in Attack on Titan, and I think that was not its best one. I can see it how he got Ymir from A to B there.
Right.
I would have just liked it a little less subtle, so it's in line with how subtle everything else is.
Right.
Sort of thing. No,
So,
I don't. Not to be one of those. Don't shove it in my face. I don't need it shoved to the forefront of everything. Right. I didn't need that. I like the character beat that this is what she writes in the letter.
Right.
I just need a little. A lot of it comes down to is I wanted more from Ymir and Historia.
Right.
As characters before everything.
Right. No, I know what you mean. So
Look, if you want to talk about Ymir.
No, I want to talk about Freckles Ymir first. Is that her birth name?
Yes. She is called Ymir.
Because I also know she kind of ends up in a weird cult that's worshiping her.
Mm-hmm.
And I was starting to question...
Kind of the reason why she's in that place. Because it's like, oh, she's called Ymir. It's got to be second coming of Ymir.
I couldn't remember if because she's bought... It seems like she's bought out of some type of trafficking.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It felt as though she was bought out of that trafficking, given the name Ymir upon being trafficked, brought into this cult, worshipped in that way. That's why I think that's the case. That makes more sense to me, that you have some type of fundamentalist.
I mean,
like what's the name of the Titan Society?
Eldia.
Eldia.
The Eldians.
Do you have like maybe like there's some like weird like Eldian fundamentalist thing happening there, where they're like, and upon us is the reincarnation of Ymir, and that's where that comes from.
I mean, it would fit Attack on Titan, right? It probably is that, and I'm just forgetting it.
That was the vibe
Like
I was
Aaron,
getting.
I'm seeing different like timelines at once, but
I can't wait to introduce that into my lexicon now, by the way.
what?
That I'm at the coordinate, that I'm just like, honestly, maybe I've never had a mind palace and it's always been the coordinate. I'm coordinating instrumentality, and I'm just like gathering all of these metaphysical concepts. But okay.
Big Ymir. Capital Y Ymir.
Big Ymir. They're working in the interests of Big Ymir. Can I be honest?
That's what I hope.
I don't really have much to say about Big Ymir.
That's fine. It's totally fine.
Because I feel like right now
you're not being told everything.
Kind of exists as a blank canvas for whom is interpreting her. Which might be a big idea.
Going back to the whole devil and origin of life point of view. What is Ymir? Why is Ymir? How is Ymir? How's Ymir sounds like a northern saying like, how's your mum? No. How's Ymir?
But yeah, so much there. Really, I did not expect to just be so kind of pleased for the motivations of the like intelligent Titans to kind of be pretty simple. Like the conflict is complex. There's a lot of moral complexity to the conflict.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a shocking breath of fresh air for it to simply be, yeah, they're state agents. And I will say, because I let the credits...
Some Eldians might say race traitors, but yeah, sure.
Oh, yeah, but I'm saying...
Christian specifically might say race traitor.
And I will say, I find it really compelling. Now, I don't think this is a huge intelligence breach for us. I watched the credits all the way to the end. I texted you. I went, phew! Leaned back on the couch for a second before I got up to put on a shirt and come record. And I looked up and I read the description for the next episode.
Right. That we're going to talk about this in a second. Actually, after we've done this episode, because I there's some other information that I wasn't actually aware of before we started this, but we'll circle back. You look. I'm just going to tell you right now. I don't know again how Hulu does it. Crunchyroll, on the other hand, there are 8 episodes, like one shots, that are told. I think they're
from the perspective of Marley.
No.
Okay, because like I saw that and I just like clicked.
So that just tells me Hulu goes straight to season 4.
Okay, because I clicked on the season 4 and I was like, just I was like, whoa, what? And because I was like, oh, that's interesting that like it feels like we're gonna start in Marley. That because like there was basically
I didn't say nothing.
Basically, it was like, with something Marley soldiers are now fighting to see who will inherit the power of the armored Titan. That's all I fucking know. Like that is the beginning and the end of the information breach, as I'm calling it. Is I saw what is probably a very vague synopsis of the next episode.
It's fine. It's fine.
So I'm excited to get their perspective because I'm hoping it is as illustrative as what peaks inside of the, one more time, Titan people.
Eldian. Paradisians, if you will. Even though they're all fucking Eldians.
So, but Eldians are like the descendants of Ymir.
Descendants of Ymir. Yeah.
Paradisians are specifically the people we've been following on this island. That
The people in Paradise are Eldians in the war.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah. Okay, cool.
They're all Eldians.
All Eldians.
Everyone we've been following.
All
so far,
Eldians.
Eldians.
Paradisians are specifically the Eldians from Paradis.
Madagascar, if you want to look at the map.
Lovely.
Yeah, no, actually is Madagascar. That's not South Africa next to it. It's just a convenient, like, I'm gonna the world map for the sake of my own geography. Just like how I want to say Game of Thrones is the UK upside down. Or am I thinking of Pokemon Sword and Shield? One of the two does. The UK just goes, whoop.
That's funny. Westeros is just upside down England.
It's something like that. I'm pretty certain it's something like that. But.
All of that to say, I hope if we get a look into Marlenian society and culture, and more specifically their military.
Because what you saw was a long time ago as well.
Yeah, I'm excited to see if their perspective is as... I want to know how many secrets they know they're keeping.
Interesting, yeah.
Because what I love that I found out now is the royal court in Paradis knew a fraction of the secrets they were keeping.
Which is impressive after a memory wipe. Let's just point that out.
Well, it's the fact that all they know is that their memories have been wiped of something much, much bigger and much graver. And that they're like, whenever y'all find out, we're all cooked anyway, so have fun.
Also, insane political decision, by the way. I am going to make the Wolves, Titans, use them as a deterrent. Wipe everyone's memory inside the walls so they can live in ignorance. Wolf Titans are deterrent for people to attack. Insane political decision.
Okay, other questions.
Insane.
Can the Titans in the wall actually be activated, or was the king bullshitting?
The Church of the Wall, or the Cult of the Wall, did say don't let sunlight touch it. Maybe they can, maybe they can't. That's part of the deterrent, right? Can they actually move? Are you going to risk it? Are you going to try and get in the wall? I ain't touching that shit. But there's one thing I really want to talk about.
Okay.
Actually, there's two. One is...
I'm interrupting you for 1 second. This feels borderline therapeutic right now.
I mean, you seem more normal compared to like an hour and 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I feel more normal than I was an hour and
We've
10
had like
minutes
the
ago.
reverse Aaron. Like,
yeah.
We started off dead-eyed and hopeless and now. But speaking of Aaron, I fucking love how they portray the Grisha Kruger conversation, which R.I.P. Dina, by the way. Zeke's mum eats Aaron's mum. Wild development.
Can I say something? Also, I want to go back and rewatch those first episodes.
every Titan you've seen before, you just saw get made.
Not just that.
No, but that's part of it. Because the Santa Claus, the bearded guy was with Grisha. The one that has the long hair that eats Gross and fuck Gross, that man's disgusting. Oh, I find it interesting. Get fucked.
Oh yeah,
Horrific character.
I hit another. I hope it hurts, die slow, motherfucker on that one.
But the Titan that eats him,
motherfucker.
the Titan that eats him, we've seen before as well.
Well, no, it was more. I could have sworn, and maybe it was a lighting thing and a shadow thing, because it was when you kept saying, "Oh, that's Marjorie Titan Green. That's the one that ate Aaron's mother." In my mind, that Titan had darker hair.
No, it's blonde.
It was blonde the whole time. I don't know why in my mind she had dark hair.
Always been blonde.
That really threw me for a loop.
Always been blonde. I think a lot of it is the lighting because she's backlit.
Yeah, and there's a lot of shadow. So like the parts that are blonde look like it's highlights from the light, when in reality her hair looks dark.
She has always been blonde.
That was never clear to me until now, but because I did gather that, and I'm like, okay, now I am so impressed by the masterstroke that is the special ending. That honestly, in some level, feels like the coordinate. It almost feels like I, as the viewer, am experiencing this, like
what poor little Aaron just went through.
Yeah, what poor Aaron went through, and like the like again, it's just like almost like psychic time travel thing. This is like what it felt like I was experiencing.
But like, it's just to talk about that because I love how they frame the Grisha Kruger conversation with Aaron, because I don't know if you noticed, Aaron swaps positions and how he's sitting every time you go back to him.
Yeah,
and he's sitting and looking in the direction that they are every time.
Yeah. Oh no, I caught that.
It's fucking incredible. And then of course we get you have to save Mikasa and Armin. It's like, who? I don't know. Whose memories are these?
What I also find interesting,
insane way to end an episode. Fuck you, Sienna.
What I also find really interesting about that is save them from what? Because are Mikasa and Armin present whenever Grisha changes Aaron?
But when he gives him the Titan juice?
Yeah. No. Okay. No. Okay, then I'm right. Then it hasn't happened yet. And he's like transmitting his memories back to another point in time, which again sounds like
Is he though?
It sounds like a bootstrap paradox to me, maybe.
Well, if that's the case, then you have Aaron Kruger and you have Aaron.
The most fucked up thing they could do is really bootstrap the motherfucking dog shit out of this. And that Aaron Kruger is just Eren Yeager. And we end up in a I am my own grandpa situation where it's just like he's like transmitting his consciousness across time into this guy because he knows he has to do this to get his chain going that will cause a sequence of events that has to happen in a certain order. Like, there's a part of me that's like, God, if this is where this is all heading, I'm going to be so fucking happy.
Who knows? But no, I adored that bit. And
if that happens, how fucking dare you that this is twice now that the really weird, heady, bleak shows you've shown me between Evangelion and Attack on Titan both come down to like a weird fucking time loop. Like, I'm not mad about it. Just holy shit, I can't believe that happened.
No, because I'd like to remind everyone again, he asked to do this one now. This was his choice. So don't throw how dare you at me. This was you. This is your own making. But hey, maybe this is you from post Attack on Titan. Throwing it all back.
Bootstrapping.
Or maybe that was you. Yeah. Who knows? We'll have to find out when we get there. But there's that. And then, of course, he has the whole Historia bit, which I don't know how exactly this thing works. The whole touching Historia. Because it can just get triggered from paper, apparently. I don't know. I put that one down to it's okay. You haven't got to explain everything. I don't need the paper you may explain to me.
I am curious about where Aaron got the idea that all I have to do is touch Historia.
From punching Dana.
Oh, that's right. Because it was her. For some reason, I was thinking it was
because the only time the coordinate because it's pretty obvious.
I was misremembering it. I was misremembering it as is it Mikasa that he was defending? Not never mind. But yeah, he's the but he was making contact with Historia when he was
making contact with he made contact with Dina. That's how the coordinate pops off.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Okay,
because the coordinate is the founder. Right?
Yeah.
Because Eren has the two. Eren has the founder and the Attack Titan.
Yeah.
So he has to use that specific ability of the founding Titan. He has to be in contact with those of royal blood. That's what the show's giving you right now.
Okay. Okay, this is making more sense because for some reason in my mind I'm like, well, she's a Titan now, so it like deactivates it. I don't know where I got that for a moment there, and that I confused myself.
And then we get my absolute favorite ending to a season, I think, ever.
Which is how we started the episode I just the symbol of the sea, I think, is going to really affect so much. It affects.
It's not even necessarily that. It's Eren.
Yeah.
Eren's entire thing, because it goes back to the ripping dreams away from people that Attack on Titan does so well. That he's clearly seen something that he does not like, and every step along the way to the beach, he's just getting confirmation that everything's going exactly. And then we get there, everyone's having fun, everyone's jaw is slack, apart from Eren.
Well, but that's what I'm getting at with that symbol, is that like everybody is like, oh wow, look at this, while Eren is in that place of, we need to conquer them. We need to fight. What?
Sure. No, I'm going to leave it at that.
No,
sure.
What? No, push back.
No, I'm not. It is 5 to 5 in the morning for me.
Sure, fair. Yeah.
B, I don't want to push back on that. I wouldn't have pushed back on that if we did this at 6 p.m.
So has Eren seen more than we realized he's seen?
I hope that didn't just go on your keyboard then.
It didn't. It went like right next to my laptop. There was like a little bit of Mountain Dew stuck in like the lip of the can.
Yeah.
That I did not see.
Look, everything the show showed us that Eren saw wasn't necessarily lining up with that bit specifically. Obviously, he's seen that because he saw the whole Grisha Kruger conversation.
Yeah.
But the impression for me is
he's seen what Mikasa and Armin need to be saved from, and knows that the sea is a portent of that happening. Got it.
It's like he doesn't look happy. Because I
thought that was more introspective than it was like, oh no. You know what I mean? I thought that was more of an Eren talking to Eren kind of moment than it was Eren being in conversation with the weird cosmology of this universe.
Because to me, Eren in that moment looking out, because it is tragic. I love and hate how they did that ending. Because like, what do you mean that he actually finally gets to see? Like, you could Attack on Titan is this close to having a happy ending. And
there's a part of me that almost wants a universe where this is it. There's a part of me that almost wishes this is how it ends, and we just kind of have to stew in.
That's another kind of event for people. Like, no, end Attack on Titan season 3 at the sea. They're all happy, done. Perfect ending. It ends. Doesn't matter that they won. They plugged the walls. That's it. Don't need anything else afterwards. Just let the kids be happy. They've been through so fucking.
It
The
could
last
be a
5,
phenomenal
last
ending.
10 years of their life. No.
It could be a phenomenal ending, and I'm sure what is going to happen in season 4 is how you go, yes, this could have been a happy ending, but the cycle of violence demands it be perpetuated.
Well, we'll see. Yeah. That's Attack on Titan season 3. Unless Mans has anything else to add.
I think that's all I got for this one, Mitch.
Yeah. Cool.
I fucking can't stand how good this shit is. It's pissing me off.
There's a reason why people say it's the best show ever made, Jarod. There is a reason. And you still have
60
40
episodes.
odd episodes. No, 60, no, because it's less than 100.
Hulu told me
Episode-
60.
Not to go, no.
Hold on.
60 is the next episode. It
Hold on.
ends. Jarod, I'm telling you right now, because I don't want you scrolling down fucking Hulu.
No, I'm just going to click on the season tab that says how many
Episode
episodes.
60 is the next one. It's like 40 something.
I could have sworn it's. Hold on. I
I
know because
wanna
there's a weird
say
thing with Hulu.
it's-
I want to nip it in the bud now.
No, there's not. It's Hulu. It goes from episode 60 to episode 87, and then you have the 2 movies at the end.
Okay.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
Okay.
So you're fine.
Okay.
Totally fine. We are fine. You're on track. We are basically now halfway through Attack on Titan.
The fact that the final season is the other half of the show is so intimidating.
Yep. I hope Mans is prepared for what's about to happen.
Don't tell me what, but
Why wasn't I?
do I have, because you've been doing a good job at kind of like cataloging things I've been predicting.
Not really. I just remember you've been gloating about some stuff.
Are there things that I have said and tried to predict in earnest that are still kind of like floating out there that haven't been answered yet that I am dead wrong
I
about?
can't remember. I genuinely can't remember.
Okay.
Can't remember.
Fair enough.
There's so many things to predict, and I'm just like, I try to remember, but top of my head right now, no, I can't do it.
All right. Well, with that, we can wrap this up then because you got to go to bed. I also have to go to bed because I work in the morning. So
imagine working on a Sunday, on Super Bowl Sunday. God damn.
I'm going to a Super Bowl party after. It's okay.
Are we recording the Monday?
Yeah.
Are we starting season 4?
Yeah.
Good.
I'm going into season 4 beaten and battered.
I'm going to say it right now. I apologize to everyone on TNAP. I apologize to every patron for TNAP. Road to Doomsday might get delayed slightly, but there's still some time.
I don't think it will.
I'm just going to predict it right now that Jarod is going to fall behind because of Attack on Titan.
Not necessarily. This is a thing I actually plan on posting on Patreon by the time people are seeing this. If you're a Nerd Academy Patreon member, you probably already read this. Road to Doomsday Patreon uploads are going to be weird.
Slow.
It's not necessarily they're going to be slow, but when they happen, they're going to happen in massive bursts. Because Taylor and I are going to be watching a lot of movies while we are nickel and diming TV shows. So, like, don't be surprised if, like, the next batch of, like, the most recent batch of uploads is Far From Home, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier. As we are recording this episode of Pro and Noob, there is a good chance that, like, the next series of uploads is, like, Loki season 1 and 2, and then, like, boom, 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 Black Widow, Shang-Chi, Eternals. Like, there is a good chance that it is just blasting out at people in huge, and again, it's going to be a lot of big batches that might be a little bit of time between them, just because we're doing TV shows now on Road to Doomsday.
So, Jarod, where?
You can find me on the Nerd Academy podcast. You can check out our MCU rewatch show, The Road to Doomsday, happening right now. I just talked about it. $5 patrons, like I said, get early access to every episode and exclusive access to our audio commentary tracks for the movies. You can catch me on Luminous Odyssey, the Star Wars High Republic RPG, happening on the All Remaining Systems YouTube channel. You can catch me in Epic Confrontations Star Wars Trivia League that I'm in, and obviously you can catch me here on the illustrious Pro and Noob.
And you can find me right here, Mitch 2 Blue Sky. Like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, that's season 3 of Attack on Titan. Season 4. The final season, part 1.
Holy shit.
I'll be honest, part 4, season 4 is just another 4 seasons.
Yeah, I gathered that.
The way they released them is just like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Stop calling them parts. Just call it season 4, 5, 6. Like, just stop it.
All of that said. Holy shit, we defended the wall!